In every dictatorship, there are people who thrive, who profit and get rich. But for the vast majority of Ukrainians, the Soviet Union represented an era of oppression, hardship, even terror. Regardless, the history of the modern Ukrainian armed forces is intertwined with the legacy of the Soviet era and weapon systems that have continued to play a significant role on the modern battlefield. Most weapons in use in Ukraine are not new and modern Western weapons. In fact, according to an article by the Washington Post, most weapons at the beginning of the war in 2014 were from the Soviet era. And although there is not much good to be said about the Soviet Union, it was a time where, like in the West, things were built simpler and more sturdy. For one, most systems, including weapons, were less complicated, less electronics, sensors, computers, but at the same time, durability still was a priority in comparison to a lot of what is produced today in the world. So, welcome to Talking Tactics, where this week, despite being considered outdated by some standards, we want to introduce several iconic Soviet-era weapons that are still proving to be absolutely vital for the defense of Ukraine. You might be thinking of the Kalashnikov, of course that's a classic, but we want to give examples of a somewhat larger scale. The S-300 missile system. The S-300 is a long-range air defense missile system developed during the late Cold War era, designed to provide a robust defense against a range of aerial threats, including aircraft, helicopters, and cruise missiles. The S-300 system consists of various components, including radars, launchers, and the missiles themselves. It features different missile types, such as the 5V55, 48N6, and 9M96, each offering different engagement ranges and capabilities. The system's more modern version, employed by Russia, allows it to engage targets at up to 400 kilometers. Despite being developed decades ago, the S-300's ability to detect and intercept a variety of airborne threats remains highly relevant. Its capability to engage modern aircraft and cruise missiles makes it an effective deterrent and a key component of Ukraine's air defense strategy. Buk M1 missile system. The Buk M1, NATO codename Grizzly, is a medium-range air defense missile system developed during the 70s. It was designed to address threats from aircraft, helicopters, and cruise missiles, similar to the S-300. The Buk M1 system is characterized by its mobility and versatility. It includes launch vehicles, radars, and missiles like the 9M38 and 9M317. With engagement ranges of up to 50 kilometers and multiple targeting modes, it can effectively engage various aerial threats. While having a smaller range than the S-300, the Buk M1's adaptability and relatively modern technology allow it to defend against a wide range of airborne threats. Most importantly, it's easy to integrate and use with other air defense systems, which enhances its effectiveness. BM-21 GRAD. The BM-21 GRAD, or HALE, is a multiple rocket launcher system that originated in the Soviet Union during the early 1960s. It gained notoriety for its devastating firepower and ability to saturate large areas with unguided rockets. The system has been continuously upgraded and modified since its inception. The BM-21 GRAD launcher consists of a truck-mounted platform that can carry up to 40 122mm rockets. These rockets have a range of approximately 20 to 40 kilometers, and their high-explosive rockets can cause significant damage to both military and civilian targets. Despite its age, the GRAD remains a formidable weapon in the Ukrainian arsenal. Some soldiers will actually tell you it's the single most important weapon. United 24 did a correspondence report about the GRAD from the front line. You can check it out. Its ability to deliver a rapid barrage of rocket makes it effective for pummeling entire quadrants, counter-battery fire, and disrupting enemy troop movements. Additionally, the system's mobility allows it to be rapidly repositioned, making it challenging for adversaries to target. The URAGAN, or Hurricane. The URAGAN is a multiple rocket launcher system designed in the late 1970s as an improvement over the GRAD. It was created to deliver a more accurate and lethal punch with its larger caliber rockets. The URAGAN is mounted on an 8x8 wheel chassis and can carry 16 220mm rockets with a range of around 35 to 45 kilometers. The rockets can be fitted with various warheads, including high-explosive fragmentation, incendiary, and cluster munitions. The URAGAN's extended range and enhanced accuracy compared to the GRAD make it a valuable asset in any modern conflict scenario. It can engage targets behind enemy lines, minimizing the need for frontline deployment. The Tochka-U, NATO codename Scarab. The Tochka-U is a short-range tactical ballistic missile system developed in the 1970s to provide a rapid response capability against enemy formations and installations. Its designation Tochka translates to point or dot in Russian, alluding to its precision. The Tochka-U carries a single solid-fueled missile with a range of around 120 to 185 kilometers depending on the variant. Its warhead options include conventional, high-explosive or submunition payloads. The Tochka-U's ability to deliver a precise and powerful strike within a relatively short range continues to be vital for Ukraine. It can target enemy command centers, air defense systems and logistical hubs, disrupting the enemy's operational capability. Its mobility and ease of deployment also make it a viable weapon for countering advancing enemy forces. The 2S7 Pion, a self-propelled howitzer. The 2S7 Pion, codenamed Pioni by the NATO, is a self-propelled artillery system developed during the Cold War. It was designed to provide long-range artillery support to Soviet mechanized units. The 2S7 Pion features a 203mm howitzer mounted on a tracked chassis. It has a firing range of up to 37 kilometers and can deliver a variety of projectiles, including high-explosive, smoke and illuminating rounds. While modern artillery systems have evolved in many ways, the Pion's extended range and heavy firepower remain relevant in specific scenarios. It can deliver suppressing fire to support friendly forces, disrupt enemy positions and target fortified emplacements. The 2S19 Msta-S self-propelled howitzer. The Msta-S is a more recent addition to the Soviet artillery lineup, designed in the late 1980s to replace older systems. It aimed to combine advanced features with the enduring reliability of Soviet artillery doctrine. So, a new weapon that works like an old one. Mounted on a tracked chassis, the 2S19 Msta-S boasts a 152mm howitzer with a firing range of approximately 24 to 29 kilometers. It offers improved firing accuracy and a higher rate of fire compared to its predecessors. The Msta-S exemplifies the Soviet approach of creating a durable and strong weapon. Its accuracy and range make it effective for a variety of scenarios, and with modern upgrades, it continues to be a vital component of the Ukrainian artillery, capable of providing rapid and precise fire support. Anyways, we hope you got an interesting overview of some of the most durable and important Soviet-era weapons and how they're still being used in Ukraine today. Of course, while the Ukrainian state weapons industry and partner states are doing everything they can to keep the flow of spare parts and ammunition going, everything, especially Soviet weapons, do have an expiration date. Ukraine will be seeking to modernize its entire armed forces, retiring these old weapons over time. And without a question, a Patriot air defense system is better than an S-300. A Leopard is better than a T-72. But as long as the country is not given the possibility to substitute everything old for something new, you'll be sure to see this old stuff, be it as effective or not, roam the battlefield in Ukraine. Thanks for watching Talking Tactics. Hit like and subscribe, and see you next week.